much knowledge.
Too much knowledge.
Yeah.
Guess what,
Okay.
everybody? We got too much knowledge here on the Dork Table. How you doing?
Were we live?
Yes, we're live.
Greetings and salutations.
And I see Dork Cakes is here. Yee-haw.
Hey. Yeah,
Oy. Okay,
that's
I
like
can't. What?
three weeks in a row he's been with us, the Cakes.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And that's
He,
just that too splendiferous. See, we were just talking before the show about having stutter moments, and yeah,
yeah, there
all of
you
a
go.
sudden I
But
went ba-dee, 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 ba.
he better watch out, because 4 straight shows and the state gives you a certificate.
Uh-oh.
You're you're a dork. Now it's legal.
Yeah,
Okay,
now it is.
so where the hell are we again?
We're at the Dork Table here on reallibertymedia.com, channel 3. Also on the RLM radio.xyz site. Yeah, spit it out. Spit it out. And on Spreaker and multiple other places. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. And I cannot get logged into Corner Pocket today for some stupid reason.
Oh, that's not
So,
good.
no,
I,
no.
I don't see sock in the RLM either yet. So
Yeah.
there's yeah, it's early.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since last night, but I'm having internet issues out here anyway, and I think some
It,
of that has to do
snowstorm.
with Mother Nature and frickin' blizzard. And you, young lady, don't be picking no fights over there. Hey, I'm on the radio.
Uh, uh-oh.
She looked at me like, Mom, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Parental unit. Yeah. Parental unit requires quiet. Film at 11.
Oh, but she's getting ready to get frisky with her brother. Hey, young
Yeah.
lady, I'll put her out on the front porch. That'll learn her. Okay.
So I quit smoking. So I figured I'd better find a pipe and start over again, because life is life without smoking is wow. It's
Ah.
bad. It's very bad. Well, yeah, I smoke for the health benefits.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that works.
plenty of health benefits in smoking.
Okay.
I
Okay.
saw it on the internet. It's true.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
He said so. Except for Chris Christie, he says it's bad for you. But I think that guy eats donuts through his butt, so I don't trust his words.
No, I don't trust
No,
Chris
really.
Christie any either. I think he
You
would eat the whole country if you let him.
do you think he could sit on a donut and tell you what flavor it was?
I think so.
Nah, that's pushing it.
No, I
Okay,
think he could do it.
so have we got any stalkers this week, Miss Mary, or was
Let's
just
see.
me
Well, over on
talking to
Fakey
ours?
Book, no, we don't. Over on Twitterville,
Ah,
where I just shared,
yay!
I didn't see
Yeah.
anybody else doing anything over on Twitterville, but that's okay.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
Their
Twitterville.
loss. Um,
No. People have lives to live.
I
I
know.
understand.
I know it's a
Mhm.
Saturday, and God knows they just might have um, shit weather too. Never know.
Or some
Or
or
they're
something to
having,
do.
yeah, or they're having nice weather and they're out in it. Which is like, yeah, which is why my doggies are in the house because it's not nice weather outside. Oh well.
You give and you
Um,
take. The balance of life.
that's right. That's right. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see.
Moose.
And over here, yeah, Moosey is so fun. I
I
know
don't
you
know.
can get to
Yeah,
50. I know you can.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
That's the wild thing about this. The other day it was
Wow.
82 degrees out here, and then the next
Yeah.
day we got an
Yeah.
inch of rain, which is unusual for us. And
Yeah.
then now we've got blizzard conditions.
Mm.
And thankfully it was warm enough that, the roads are staying, I mean, they're wet, but it's not freezing over. But holy crap.
Now you live in Valparaiso, Indiana, just under a different name. Same
Oh,
weather. You just described the same weather in a different state. And I went, wow, okay.
oh, cool. There you go.
Because I think weather shifts around, running away from the government.
That's what it's doing. Oh, okay.
It's trying
Cool.
to survive. The government's trying to kill it, and it wants to live.
Uh,
Never
I
mind.
want to live. I want to
I,
live.
I am good, not evil.
I am not a monster. Although I do have those lovely little black fingers that come down every once in a while, and I go, stir the shit pot, stir the shit pot.
Wow. You do that pretty good sometimes too. Really, yeah, I listen to the radio here that we do on Saturdays. Sometimes you go, "Wow, did she really say that?"
Yeah, I did.
People, yeah, I get hate emails from complete strangers about how I treat you on the RL and M.
Really?
No,
Wow.
I just said that because I thought you'd go, "Really?" No, I don't get
Damn
it.
it. And you said, really? Just as I was taking a sip of coffee. You really wanted to see me spit coffee all over my
Yeah,
screen, didn't you?
but you see how easy you can manipulate information and make things appear whatever light you want them to appear in,
That's
depending on
true.
how ah,
And you know
because it's
what?
not.
You know what? We really need to finish saying hi to everybody
Yeah,
before we
but
get too
see,
sidetracked. Yeah.
'cause it's not what somebody says, it's who it was that said what they said that
And how they
matters.
said it.
Oh, okay, you carried on.
There you
Now
go.
say hi to all the people, Miss Mary.
Okay. Right up top, we
That
got the
was.
missionary man again. That's Mr. Esmo. And then closely following him is Barman, still waiting for that $5 that Asmo promised him to put him up on the top of the list. I also
Uh,
see Grimner is logged in, but apparently Grimner is still going, or
oh
Grimmy
yeah,
is having weather. Either way.
yeah. Well, he did a really good show last night, so and stayed up. I seen him still chatting, so yeah, he's probably up late. The old crab apple.
Well, and I couldn't listen because I was having some internet issues and couldn't stay connected. I would get connected and then it would just drop it, and it's like, but I could stay in the chat, so I don't know what the hell was going on. In any case, so I said, fuck it, went to bed. Oop, F-bomb, early in the show.
F-bomb.
Moose Dork is here. Hey, Moose Dork, how you doing, girlfriend? I also see the lovely Miss Kate is here, and she's probably down there in that Texas state where it's 81 frickin' degrees. I don't want to hear about it.
81 degrees.
I I also see Beth Z is here as well as Chalcedony. Cowboy just dropped out. Damn it. Cowboy's a dropout. Did you know that? He's a dropout.
Yeah, if he's not working, he'll be back. You know, I'm Windows 10 on RLM to remind everybody that Windows is wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pick a number
Uh,
between 1 and 100 on how much you like Windows. 10, and that's just because I can do my radio shit. But I don't do it on Windows 10, so there you go. I still got a Win 7 computer here.
Me too. That's what I'm sitting on top of right now. I'm the proud
Yay!
co-owner of a Windows 7 computer.
Yay! Okay, I also see a double dose of Chloe is in the house.
Hey!
Did I say hey to Chalcedony? Hey, Chalcedony, if I didn't say hey to you.
You
I
didn't say
know,
anything.
Moosey. I was a minute early. It should have been at 11:11, and that way it would have been a truly angelic number. Maybe a dark angel, but an angelic number nonetheless. Because now it's 11:11, at least where I'm at. There you go. I also see Dakota is in the house.
Dakota.
And I'm here, kind of dorkular, but I'm here. And Bubba is over here in my lap going,
Bubba!
Mom, you're talking.
No. I know.
Yeah. IB Don C
I can
is here.
see you. See, I can see you there.
Oh.
Hey, I be done. See.
Yeah. And Jabba Doctor 2.
Two.
Yeah.
Two.
Deuce. As well as JJ's 99 JJ's.
Cheers.
And he's going to
Nice.
be on the radio later tonight. Wow. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
He's going to be on ladier than usual.
Wow, I thought I sprained my tongue, but no, that worked pretty well.
That was. I'll never say that before the show again. I promise. What did I fucking do? Jinx you for the night or what?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
the day? The show? See ya.
Okay, I also see P. Bunyan is in the house. And Rob Works, who has been sharing the bubbler around, and apparently number 5 is still alive. It's alive. Remember that movie? God, that was one of those really, really. I saw that at the drive-in.
Short circuit or no? Wait,
No, the movie
it's
It's
alive.
Alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, I don't remember.
Okay,
There's
Bubba,
too
get out
many of
from underneath there. Bubba. God dang
I
it.
saw that movie, but it wasn't at a drive-in.
Oh, well, I
You
saw
know,
it at the
Bubba, get out
drive-in,
from
and,
underneath
and
there.
somebody decided that just as the baby come out, and started chowing down on everybody in the operate or in the delivery room, someone threw
Hmm.
something from the back seat of the car, and it landed right in my lap. And I swear to God, I I almost hit the roof of the car. I jumped so
Ah,
much, and that's just from butt cheek propulsion. So there you go. In any case.
wow. Butt cheek propulsion. Uh, next thing you're going to be starting to tell stories about your times at Starbucks in the big city.
No, no. I only been to Starbucks once. Was not impressed.
Ixnay on the butt propulsion way. Eh? Looky, looky, looky what I got.
Looky, looky,
Nana,
looky
nana.
what I got.
That's
And
right.
my cup says, over the hill and picking up speed. There you go. Okay, where was I at? Oh, P. Bunyan. That's and Rob Works. And Trust number 1 is here, as
Number
well
one.
as Windows.
Oh, that's
Swing
me.
low. Yeah, that's
No,
you.
that's me.
Windows 10. Yeah, but you're dozing.
Well, I'm experimenting with the written word.
Oh, okay. That's fun to do. It really is. I also see Phantom is logged in, as well as BTC Bob. We got the first one of our Bobs. Bob, 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 Bob. Colfax
Yeah, we got some
101 is here. Rather chilly.
Colfax.
And I shared a little bitty video on Fakey Book of our lovely weather. And a friend of mine that is out in Denver, which is where Colfax Street is at, um,
Yeah, yeah.
he's out there for some kind of convention, one of them health food kind of convention thingies, which he's trying to get me into. And it's like, no, I don't sell things. I just don't sell things. But
Okay,
in any
hookers
case,
and health food conventions in the same sentence.
yeah, I
You
know.
lost me.
Well,
Okay,
health
I'm
food
going.
and hookers. I mean, both of them get your blood pumping and
Oh, my wife will be so glad to be having me tell her that. I, she will say, "Nay, slave, you belong to me."
yes, you
I know
do.
her. I know this woman. I know what she's gonna. I'm gonna pass on that one. Fuck it.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna tell her you said it. She gonna have to listen to the show all by herself. Although I'm gonna miss the Braille session, but hey,
Oops. Dimma is here, moving along, as well as Dork Cakes. Dork Cakes are the bestest kind of cakes in the whole wide world, don't you know?
uh, that's right.
Yeah. I also see
Hey, Mr. Cakes.
Jehovah One is here, and
No,
Jehovah is having one hell of a
no.
practical joke on us out here in Grammyland. Juana Taco is here.
Shut up, Taco.
No, that doesn't. Sorry, Juana. Tacos just don't sound good today for some dumb reason. I'm just not feeling like Mexican food. I also see Kozu is in the house.
Kazoo.
Arrgh. My dogs are over there going. Arrgh. North Force is
Wow.
here. Can you hear her? That's Snuffles.
Blame it on the dog. Go on, Mary. I heard you make the sound.
No,
Come on. You're not fooling me.
Snuffles is over there growling at Bubba
You
because Bubba's
okay?
laying on her blanket.
I can see her on Skype, folks. She doesn't have any dogs. She just says
I'm so
Take
busted.
the blue pill next time, Miss Mary.
No, because that makes things stand up. Kozu! Did I say
Oh,
Kozu?
didn't think she'd go there on that pill one. But
You
okay.
said blue pill. It's just a
Sure
little one.
did.
North Force.
North Force.
and pon sauce, whatever the hell that is. I know somebody's going to do one of them Urban Dictionary things. Don't bother. I've already seen it. I
Yeah.
also see the lovely Rain is in the house. Hey there, Rain. How you doing? And Stats Bob. Yay, Stats Bob. And Tip Bob. Yay, Tip Bob. And I have a headphone that's going all hinky on me. What the hell? I lost stereo. My ear went blind.
Oh,
Just this one.
Perhaps it is your storm playing tricks upon you.
No, it's the headphones. And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Vil E underscore.
E underscore.
Okay,
Wow.
now we can get back to doing our prittle prattle.
Yeah, but you can do that in less than 20 minutes on the Dork Table now. You've improved.
Yeah, and we also
Yeah.
bullshitted for a while, but nobody was on Fakey Book, and I couldn't play. I'm going to try Corner Pocket
You know
again real
what?
quick.
I'm kind of relieved we lost the fake book crowd anyway. I don't support fake books. So you know what? I find it's finally fair and good for them to not support the Dork Table.
Ah,
Yeah, I really do. Because then I'd be worried about why are they here? I'd be uncomfortable and suspicious.
suspicious.
Yeah, well, the bulk of the Facebook, world is against everything I say. So why would they listen to my shit on the radio? It doesn't please me that they're there when they don't care. So fuck them. Let them go out and take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese hell. Chuck E. Cheese hell.
I've never been inside of a Chuck E. Cheese.
I have. It is Chuck E.
See?
Cheese hell.
I live a charmed life, Mary.
See how
You know
are.
why?
Why?
I'll give you the secret word to the freedom of my existence.
What's that?
Outlaw. Yeah. And all you got to do for a definition of that is talk to Hal Anthony, and he'll pretty much sum it up for you. Because people got some real, they got opinions about words and ideas, and they take the meaning and then they fuck it all up on the media or in school or at church or something. And then by the time it gets to the lame skull that doesn't understand fuck all anyway, then anarchism becomes violent,
Mmm.
Yeah. I've never met a violent anarchist in my life. That's the whole point of it. And another thing is we don't join forces against anybody because we're anarchists.
I'm shocked and appalled. But
Right.
there would be so much chaos. Don't you know?
Well, that's what they call the life I've lived is chaos because
Because you're
I live
chaotic.
well, in the average, working slave mind, I would assume I am. I would
Hey.
hope I am.
Rob Works just said fuck 'em. Fuck 'em all. But when I saw fuck 'em all, I saw fucky mall, which is like is that one of those great big shopping centers that's a
It's in
cybernetic?
Chic-
It's a fuck e mall.
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
Chicago.
I don't know. Something's in Chicago, but I'm not in Chicago.
Ah. Hey, did you see that link I shared earlier about the Yale students that are on the hunger strike that doesn't include not
Yeah.
eating?
Yeah, sure. And
I'm thinking the public education system has really failed those children.
No. Those are the heirs to the fucking throne. Yale, dear. You're not talking
I
public school.
I know it's Yale. It's them
These
there.
are the offspring of the elite that think they own the color blue. No.
They own the
these
color
fuckers-
blue.
Yeah. Just there's two worlds. The world that we really live in and then the verbal world of explanation, laws, and bullshit. And there's two separate worlds, but they kind of look alike if you don't know what the fuck anybody's telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, they do kind of sort of look an awful lot alike. It's just that, when you actually do meet up with another person from that other world and you try and converse with them, then you find out, holy crap, I don't speak a your language. Go away.
Hmm.
You bother me.
Well, that's why I say it's just all a matter of how I interpret it, whatever it is, and how seriously. Here, I'll give you an example. Guess what I saw? Here, I'll even play three questions with you.
Okay.
Guess what I saw on the way to the grocery store to get my necessary provisions the other night.
You saw a squirrel
Nope,
and an African American, but seeing as how he wasn't in
nope,
America, he wasn't an African American. He was just someone of darker
nope,
pigmentation.
nah,
Uh,
nope.
I get one more guess.
Y-
Um, you saw your neighbor.
No, actually they had a cop in town that there's a bend that kind of a S street that goes through the main part of town.
Uh huh.
And he was sitting there and he was had his little speed thing and he was giving people tickets.
Ah.
And here I am on foot and I walk up, and I'm walking right by the car and there he is and I look him right in the face and I said, "Hey," and he says, "Hey," back. But he had the most angry looking face. I don't know if words can explain it, but and he was a small guy like me. He wasn't very much taller. And we looked eye to eye and he said, "Hey," but there was like this, "Man, I wish I was in the city where there's action and I could do something. I'm stuck here writing these fucking tickets." He had that look on his face.
Oh. Oh. Well,
Yeah.
once he got to the city and he had some action, he would probably go and, man, I wish I had a small town where I could be Barney Fife.
No, there are psychos on the police force here too. They're not as bad as the ones I'm used to, but they've got that seed in them.
Well,
And
yeah.
every now and again, I believe that I know what I'm looking at, and every now and again I run into somebody that's very angry at what and shouldn't be in the position they're in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the part that just tickles me the most is I'm so old looking on the outside now that when these young guys see me, they nothing. They don't even fucking care. What? I'm not even interested in you. Just go away, old man. Leave me alone. Go down, hippie. Then go that way.
Mm.
What?
Hmm.
Seriously? I'm serious. I used to be public enemy number at least 3,000, and now I'm like 7 billion and four or something.
You
Yeah.
have really risen in the ranks.
Oh, I got another quick one too. I went to go get coffee at this particular store I have wanted to go to today, and as I'm in line, there's a woman in front of me with a baby in the little cart thing,
Uh huh.
and this little about a year old, this kid about maybe 10 months, 9, 9, 10 months, wasn't quite talkative yet, but latched onto me with the big blue eyes, and the mom's looking at the kid, looking at me, and I'm waving at the kid and she speaks only Danish, but we got it across to each other that only adults are really ever show me any fear, and and her version of it was the child likes my glasses, but
Ah.
I never make children, babies and children never seem to be afraid of me, but grown-ups and teenagers and shit like that. That's where all that judgment shit starts really applying. But before that, people are kind of, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah. It is fun. You know how little ones are a lot more open and accepting than
Yeah,
once they start getting, yeah,
before 12 and after 60 is yeah, between 12 and 60 are the idiots.
between 12 and 60.
Yeah,
Yeah, cuz
I
once you
was an
once you reach
idiot when I was
60,
12.
then you start losing your memory and you start forgetting that you're supposed to be afraid of these people that look different. Is that how that works?
I'm already there, but I don't know if that was why I lost my memory, but it seems to be working that way.
I think it's one
I
of
don't
those
know.
things that, it's like my mom and I have this talk, and she says that she doesn't think that she's necessarily forgetting things. It's just that she's kicked those things out of her head to make room for something that's more important and more useful to her. And I like that explanation.
Well, it's their interpretation of what they see, not what you see. So it's really an interesting thing to me how that perception crap works.
Yeah.
You look at it, I look at it. We both see something completely fucking different, but identify it by the same name.
I know, isn't that just too weird and cool?
Yeah, the more you dig into all this bizarre crap, fuck all that science and oh, they've got the proof that they went to the moon and all this horseshit. I like the other stuff that's kind of verbal. You can play with it and you don't need an answer, like the gravity thing. Who
Mm-hmm.
gives a fuck? Or the round. Oh, I love teasing Cirque about the world being round. Today I told her I looked over at her before the show and said, I really don't believe the world is round, right? And I really don't believe in gravity either, because nobody can prove any of these things to me. They've got opinions and they show me pictures that are faked, but outside of that, where's the proof?
Yeah.
And then I came upstairs to do the radio show, so she's probably thinking about that one.
And I just really, it doesn't enter into my daily thought process, I guess. If I
Well, why
trip,
would it?
I fall down. I don't
It's
fall
about
up.
it's about being in the right group, Miri, having the right answers to the right questions about the right things. It's not,
I
and
don't
it's not
test well. Don't give me questions that I have to have answers for.
I don't even think it's useful knowledge. You know, really, when I'm drawing something, I don't know gravity or the round planet or where's all that shit at that time. Doesn't come into it. You know,
Oh, hey, Moosey's going to go see a side chick. I have a
a
brother
what?
that says all females are psychotic.
Oh, one of those side chick. Oh, I get you're making fun of sidekick word. Oh, you're clever. I will
Yeah.
drink to that, Miss Mary.
No,
So
actually,
what?
that was Rob Works that did that. He said side chick.
Okay. I can't keep up with these. Oh, is that what that is? PSY. The site. Okay, I thought it was a misspelling of something else. Never mind.
Oh, and Reiki. Yes, Moosey, I have a Reiki appointment in 2 weeks, actually.
Reiki.
Yep.
Uh, wow.
I'm
Is
getting my
that good?
chakras cleansed and balanced.
Uh-oh. I didn't even know you said. Is it
Actually, I just
terminal
want to
or?
go see, well, I just want to go see Lisa B. And,
Ah, oh,
and she does Reiki, and so I'm kind of sort of trying to help her, you know, drum up more customers, as if on the radio people are going to go, "Hey, Lisa B." Yeah, but yeah. In any case,
oh, I see. It's a massage. Now I
mm.
get it. Hmm.
Yeah, but with Reiki, you're not supposed to actually touch. But Lisa B uses crystals as well in her when
Wait
she
a
does. So
minute.
it's kind of cool. And I tell you what, the one time she did do that for me, it was like, oh my lord,
Yeah.
wow. I
Do you,
did. I
you
I
know?
laid there on the table and bawled like a baby.
Do you know I can tell just by the way you explain that that's not a Japanese massage you're getting? There he is. Rob Works.
Yeah, he's stepping up to be
Hey,
the man.
la-
There you go.
ladies. But see, the room's got women in it right now, so of course he's a masseuse. Rob's
Oh,
not stupid.
and he's even trained at it. Well,
We got Moose
hello,
and
Rob.
Chloe. Yeah, see? Moose, Chloe, you. Hey, get a napkin, Mary. You're gonna drip on the keyboard.
No, I got the kitty cat underneath me, so yeah, she'll move
Mm.
if I drool too
Eh,
much.
So,
So,
has anything exciting happened to you in your recent day or two?
recent day or two, other
Hey,
than
my
getting
big day
more
was the
color
cop
in
in the
my
face.
hair.
Really? Let me see.
Yeah, I even got more purple put in.
Again?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I went to see Lisa
Uh,
B on
I
Thursday.
see that. Wow.
Yeah.
The things women do. And I
Well,
can't figure out one thing about you guys, right? And
what's that?
I love women to death, but I can't figure out what all the makeup and hair and clothing is for. Are you impressing each other? because as a man will fuck a ham sandwich. Let's not be, let's not be naive here.
Well, yeah, no. See, now the reason I did the hair was number one, Lisa B was wanting to practice and play because she's had a lot of people request, and so I'm the person that I do not let her bleach my hair before she does it
Uh,
because
oh,
I
so
don't want to
you're
do damage on it. So I'm kind of a guinea pig, and we're playing
a,
with it. And
uh,
and at work, it's so fun because customers
yeah.
come in, and some of the customers are like, "Holy crap! Does she really have blue hair?" And when they finally do get up the courage to say something, I go, "Yes, I'm a crazy old blue-haired lady, but I'm having fun with it." And most of them just laugh it off, and then we can sit there and because you need to help people relax in my line of work because usually
Mhm.
when they're in there, it's going to cost them a pretty penny. Because yeah, have your car worked on is not cheap. So try
Yeah.
and ease some of the tension for them. And
Huh?
so yeah, it's just kind of playtime for me,
So you've
basically.
mixed the auto industry with the massage industry. Wow,
Well,
brilliant. My hat's off to you.
and
Have you got a
actually,
name for it?
I have given some coworkers, like massages and stuff. And Rob Works says he can get rid of
Oh,
a headache in about 90 seconds. I have done that as well. That you give a scalp massage and you do it properly, and you can get rid of a migraine very
wait.
quickly. I've done that.
I knew a girl in Cincinnati. Well, never mind. Anyway, my wife don't want to hear that one.
No, she
That was a
doesn't.
bad joke coming. But I
Ah.
was going to say I knew a girl once that could get rid of your headache and didn't take her 15 seconds. But yeah, boy, that headache went right. What? Headache? Shit.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
see,
It's not
well,
hurting anymore.
there's a little known scientific medical thing about the male body, and that's men don't have enough blood in our body to operate both heads at the same exact moment. It's one or the other. Hey,
Uh,
I
yeah.
can't. The truth is the truth. What do you want?
Yeah, I understand that. I was married for a long time. I know how that shit works.
Oh, you had to be married to figure that out, huh? Mm,
No,
okay.
well,
Couldn't you have read a book?
you'd think I should
Never
have.
mind.
But
I know. I know, huh? The Don't Get Married manual for people
yeah.
that shouldn't be married. Well, yeah, there should be some kind of like an underground. The Dork Table should come up with a chart of compatibility to see if you're fit to marry each other and survive it for more than 10 years.
I don't think that you could come up with something like that.
No, I'll bet I could.
Yeah, but people
Maybe I'll.
change over a 10-year time span. Man, there's an
Yeah.
awful lot of.
Well, do what I did and just get a bigger stick.
It's called a
She won't
baseball
change
bat.
that fucking much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still get coffee. I just show her the stick and get, oh, coffee's coming, master.
I don't want to know. I
I,
really don't.
are you fucking,
Wow. My
come on,
mind
are
went
you kidding?
somewhere other than.
I know. Wow,
Yeah.
oh, you dirty girl. No, I was making jokes about marriage.
I
Because
know.
did you, I'll even tell you right now, because a week from this week, the day after that, is 3 years of legal conjugation
Ah.
between me and the little missus. We're conjugating our marsupials by the letter of the law for 3 whole years. Yeah, hey, I'm talking
You're
legal talk
you're
here.
you're
Don't,
marsupials.
yeah, don't don't be offended if you don't understand me. I'm using the legal terms
I
for
know
it.
you are.
If
Oh,
they can make shit up, so can I. What the fuck?
you're talking
You know?
about conjugating and marsupials, and I'm reading Rob Works and 3 pressure points in 30 seconds each, all on the upper head, and my brain is just there's this little Grammy running around inside my head going, wee, fuck it
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah. She
Oh,
loves the foot massage. Oh, I
yes.
love you long time, round eye. I got, that's American culture in the Far East in the 1960s.
Yes. And yes,
Our
I agree, Rob
contribution,
Works. There are 3 pressure points that, yeah.
yeah, your left side, your right side, and just about anything in the middle. The 3 pressure points. Yeah. Did I ever tell you about? I eat out of the 4 basic food groups religiously: grease, fat, sugar, lard. Look at me.
I gotta,
Am I
I gotta.
left, right, center? It's not
No, I'm
difficult.
dying here. Rob Works put in the chat.
With his meat method. That's a method, lady. Look, wow, you're so dirty, Rob.
Oh,
Wow,
Rob, you know when you
poor Rob.
added that A to it, it just that did it.
It's a typo. Oh, come on, Mary. You can read type.
I'll bet you did
Breathe.
freak a girl out the other day with your meat hood.
That's not a massage. It is now. All you need is 2
Oh.
consenting adults, and you can give birth to a chicken. Hey, you know what? I
What?
seen a picture. I seen a picture on the internet the other day of one of those, tattooed, pierced, mohawk, multicolored things,
Uh-huh.
characters,
Yeah.
and I think people like that self-expression. I don't care if you can't take somebody laughing at you. Don't go outside looking like a bird that got set on fire. But you know, but I saw what
Do you
I
remember
saw this.
seeing that joke on the internet? Someone had a
Yep,
picture of someone like that, and
yep, that's
yeah,
what I was getting at.
yeah.
Man, I got drunk in Pittsburgh one night and fucked a cocktail and thought you might be my granddaughter. And and if you're fast enough to think of that shit in front of people, God
Yeah.
love you, 'cause yeah, it's fun. Oh, hey,
Oh yeah.
there's a world, there's a world out there that just lines up to be ridiculed every day.
Yeah. And they just
Yeah.
the fun ones are the ones that don't realize it. They just raise their hand. It's like,
Hey,
no, seriously, honey, just showing up like that. You raised your hand to let me go. Really? Seriously? Do you not
have
own a
you
mirror?
have you lately seen the stuff that they do the pictures from Walmart shoppers? They pick and choose because there's
Yes.
lots of normal people that do, you know, function in society. Just nobody takes their fucking picture because they're boring.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know why you're being left out of the game is because you're boring. So they take pictures of the rest of us that kind of have purple hair, long hair, wear their shorts up around their ears, shit like that. But lately, yeah, I saw pictures in Walmart. Picture guys wearing women's clothes, women wearing no clothes.
You know, the one that still gets me is I'm thinking this was a female. I'm not positive, but
Wow, it had man boobs.
it might
Right.
I don't know, but
That's
it was pajama pants, the plaid pajama, and they were pulled
oh,
way up
wow.
so that this
Yeah.
individual didn't have to have a shirt on it. And I'm thinking, wow.
I know. You'll never have to worry about losing that wallet because they can't pull it out of your ass now.
I just, wow. You know, I see that and occasionally it'll pop into my head, which thank you for reminding me because it's just popped to the forefront again. And now I'm like, I will never ever be like that. I do
You know
know.
what? Do you know what Cirque never does anymore?
What's that?
Never says, I want to go to Walmart. I got to see what that place looks like. Those people are fantastic. She never even says that. She's seen so much of that weird shit, she's bored of it now. They
Yeah.
overexposed Walmart shoppers to my Danish wife. Thank you.
Yes.
She doesn't want to go there now. So, yay.
Oh, there was, okay.
Okay, what?
Lisa B shared it this morning, and it was so freaking funny.
they're they're still talking about his meat. His meat. What did that we got to add that word. That's the dork word of the fucking week.
Yes, it is.
I stand here proudly with my metod. Yeah, okay. We know, Frank. Fuck, shut up already. You know that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
always bragging about his metod. The bloopers in life that you turn into jokes. You know, other people make them, and then 6 months later they forget they ever said it, and then all of a sudden you wrote a new joke. I'm using that one in like around my birthday.
There you go.
People are gonna go, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm gonna go, a new MEATHOD. What? Surprise me. You figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Say, give them what they want, and they'll go away. I don't know.
Okay, Lisa B shared this earlier today. Actually, it was one of the first things I saw when my computer finally woke up. And Thunder Dungeon is the one that shared it. Get down, Bubba. Thunder Dungeon.
Bubba.
You know, I'm thinking
Bubba.
that's somebody's rumbling in the nether regions. But in any case, these are apparently pictures from a whiteboard in a Walmart deli.
Okay. All right.
And, you know, a lot of times co-workers write messages, notes on what you need to do and yada, yada, yada. In any case, apparently Shane is one hell of an overachiever in the employer or employee department, because everybody's writing these notes to Shane. And one of them is, Shane, when a customer asks you where to find a product, give them an aisle number, not directions to Albertsons, the management.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Or,
yeah.
Shane, stop asking, is that your final answer, and offering to let them phone a friend after each order. Now, see, I'm thinking Shane is a witty little bugger. I'm liking Shane. I want to go to that Walmart just so I can say hi to Shane. How about this one? Shane, quit putting price tags on the deli equipment and trying to sell them to customers. Shane is inventive. Shane.
Apparently.
Yes.
For Shane.
Did you know, Shane, apparently someone is telling him, I don't know what swinecraft is, but ham cannot be sold as a building material.
Wow.
See, Shane is very inventive.
Ham okay.
Swinecraft.
Swinecraft.
Yeah. And see,
this is video game.
This is my favorite one. Shane, stop putting on multiple name tags and pretending you have personality disorder.
Wow.
Now that would be fun. That would be fun.
Hey, Grimm's put up a little information on the R, L, and M over here that you might even be able to read, because I like the way you read, Miss Mary.
Okay.
You know that when I'm not talking over you so that people don't know what the fuck you're reading, you have a wonderful reading voice.
Yay! Taxation is theft. Hey, apparently taxation is theft meme has officially gone mainstream. Really? It's official. It's official.
Mainstream.
Yeah. Wow.
So now.
Oh, that's the tip. Okay. Yeah, that libertarian thing. This is not a tip. This is a personal gift and not subject to federal or state income taxes, which, hey, gifts are not subject to that. Yes, that is cool. Bubba, you need to get down, buddy, because you're too big to be on my lap. Can you see my dog now? Because he's trying to climb in my lap. Aren't you?
Absolutely. And that's right, guys. For a copy of the tape, just send $19.99 to.
And now I got to get on because he's all tangled up in my leash.
Mary's temporarily wrestling her dog at the moment. Please stand by.
Get down, you dumb dog.
Wow.
Okay.
Bubba.
I know. He's just overexcited.
But you
Do
women,
you
you
need to go
spoil
outside?
these. Uh-oh. But you spoil these animals the way you do, and then when they won't leave you alone, you don't get why.
Yeah, kind of like men.
Exactly. I was going to say, it's the gift of manhood is we can just like leave it alone. And women can't leave anything alone.
Really?
Well, maybe they can, but I've never met one that could.
So what do you mean by leaving it alone? What are we leaving alone?
Aha! See? What do
I
I
know. I
mean?
can't
Why
just
don't
leave
you
it alone.
you know what? Let's play RLM, and why don't you tell me what I mean by what you heard, what I said? Huh?
Well, I tell you what, my
Time's
leash
up.
won't quite reach, so let
Okay,
me
well,
let
put it
him
down.
out.
All right, I'll tell them a quick tale of woe about the president. He slipped and his hair, well,
Okay.
he slipped on his hair and his hair saved him.
Okay. Well, Bubba apparently just wants to be a Bubba, and he wants
Yeah.
to stand in the doorway, and I'm not doing that
Oh,
with the
yeah.
snow blowing.
Oh, isn't that something? Hannah does the same damn thing on a cold day. I don't fucking get it. I would just tell her to go outside and push the door just so it's closed. But man, dogs. I think they got all that hair and they don't know it's cold.
Well, with Bubba, yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
believe that.
sure. I mean, they're buck naked, but man, they go out there and they pee in the snow like it's normal.
Well, my Snuffles doesn't. She's like, really, seriously, you're gonna make me go outside? Whereas
Oh,
Bubba is like, I'm gonna go outside. It's nice outside. What are you worried about?
you remember on the old World Truth days, one day when we first got Hannah, it was wintertime. And she's on a leash taking her outside. So I take her out to the backyard. It just snowed a little bit. We had a few inches. And the dog's peeing in the snow. And I take her picture. And I post it on WT. And some female comes back and tells me that's animal abuse. And I was thinking, hmm, posting the picture was animal abuse or something. I don't know. The dog never complained. And
Okay,
she
I'm gonna
still
let
doesn't
you
stay.
carry things for a bit because I
Uh,
gotta.
take care of your.
Well, he was
Yeah.
getting ready to go downstairs, and it's like, no, 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 you are
Oh,
not going to go do
no.
the naughty thing downstairs. So I gotta put him
No.
outside. Just a sec.
Yeah, go do your thing all over the place.
Come on.
Anyway,
Go. Come on.
oh my fucking god, no fucking way. What? Holy crap. Well, oh, is it about the weather there, Moose? Yay, it's over 50 now, she says. She's in Wisconsin. My little brother was living in Minnesota until I think, yeah, the other day. I think he left and he should be traveling by air today or something. He was in some small rural place, so it took him a little time to get to the city to fly the hell out of Wisconsin or Minnesota or one of
Okay,
those places.
I'm back.
Anyway, boy, I'll bet they're glad you're back because I was just confused about which is Minnesota, Wisconsin, or is Wisconsin, Minnesota?
I think they're mirror images. There's a playhouse or a funhouse mirror in between the two.
I thought that was St. Paul, Minneapolis. That was twin. Oh,
Well, those are
maybe I'm
twin
wrong.
cities. Now you're talking
I don't.
states. When you talk
Oh,
about
am I?
Minnesota and
Well,
Wisconsin.
I'm a communist now, according to the RLM, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yep,
You ist, you.
I know. And I thought so much of being applauded for being one that I had to find out what it is so that I could be a good one. But
Wow.
as
See,
soon as
now that's impressive. Wanting to step up to the plate and go, okay, if you're going to accuse me of being something, by golly, I'm gonna research it and be it.
yeah, well, that's the bad news. It turns out I'm not even a good communist.
Oh.
I know I'm hanging my head. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah, as it turns out, I wouldn't join their fucking group if they were the only group. So, no.
Hmm.
I know, Moose. I'm just teasing because all the states are united when you're at war, but when you're in a state, oh, that other state sucks. I live there, and my wife did this and that and the other. Well, what's that got to do with the fucking state you lived in? Is what I always wanted to know.
Well, it actually does have to do with the state you're living in, but it's not necessarily an external state. It's an internal in your it's a state of mind.
I was just making my insult about the United States part of the USA thing.
Yeah.
It's a great story, but for fuck's sake, people, it doesn't really work.
Well, and that's
Nobody's
like,
united.
earlier before the show we were talking about, playing with words and playing with
Yeah.
and yeah, people don't realize that there are multiple ways of using just about every word that's out there. And
Hmm.
that's,
Yeah.
instead of
Exactly.
using it the way most people expect you to, cast that spell and say it just a wee bit different. Hi, Bill. E underscore.
The dorks are playing in the RL and M.
Yes,
Isn't
they
that
are.
nice?
Yes, they
It
are.
it's so heartwarming to see them being civil to each other.
Yes, it is.
No pontification, no narration about how wonderful Adolf Hitler was. I feel comfortable. Ah,
What? Someone is being quiet?
me? I'm
Oh.
never, only under threat of violence or, something else. I can't remember. Because I'm
Ah.
getting old. It'll come back to me when think about it. When I stop thinking about what that is, it goes, slaps me in the other side of the head. It's
Ah.
National Dork Day!
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Well,
go
Bill
out,
was wanting to know if we had a national holiday, so, there you go.
go out and hostage somebody and make them your friend, and you know pass that dorkiness on. By God.
There you go. Infect
Yeah.
someone with your dorkiness.
Well, I think the dork mind is a singular thinking mind. They're not real big about being around a lot of people. Because when we're around a lot of people, we always stand out for whatever reason, and they pick on us.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in so much like a sissy negative way, but I always get noticed by non-dorks. Their normality, I guess, might just being me, sets off their normal fearometer, and they just go, "Holy fuck, what's that thing over there?" And it's not in everybody, but the people that I see it in, I wouldn't call them dorks. I wouldn't even call them wannabe dorks.
Wannabe dork. Wannabe dork. Hey, that's a new one. I may have to try that one on for size. Wannabe dork. Who's
Well, I think
wannabe?
okay, and I think that dorks have been cast out of mainstream society by their peers, as that's the thing that we really have in common. We think outside of the normal typical box. And then we got hangers on around here, like, the guy I don't like to talk about. And I don't know. He's always trying to fix everybody, and nobody seems to change their mind. So why does he do what he does? Maybe he thinks he's funny. I've asked my wife her personal opinion about it, and tried to weigh all the information and get fuck. I don't know. I'm more confused trying to figure it out than just fucking him off, and blocking him.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when something's that complicated because it changes so much from one thing to the other, there's nothing fluid about it. Eh, stop listening. It's propaganda.
But you know what? Sometimes you actually get a little kernel of truth in all of the propaganda that's being put out there.
No, you do. I do not.
Mm.
I get absolute no. I've cut myself off from society like that. I don't. If I see society saying it, that's the red flag to me to not believe whatever the fuck it is. If they said the sky was blue, I would look up at the sky to be sure we were looking at the same fucking sky.
Well, yeah, there is that. There is that. There are some people that you just flat out have, no matter what they say, you gotta get a whole container of Morton salt. You don't want to
Hmm.
use the good sea salt or the pink Himalayan salt because, well, that's good stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
you want to use that
Uh,
Morton salt and go, wow,
yeah.
there ain't no dash
That,
of salt with this.
yeah, but doesn't that stuff kill off whatever you pour it on? Or am I thinking wrong? Salt as a
um,
weapon. Hey. I've never had salt thrown in my eyes, but I'll bet that would burn.
I think it would. And it
Hmm.
it does. You put salt on slugs.
Call California and mention it. They need a law against throwing salt at people.
Oh, they would
So,
do it. And then next thing you
yeah.
know, the rest of the country would do that. No. No, you're supposed to throw
Wow.
salt over your shoulder, and if someone happens to be behind you, if they're that freaking close, if they get salt in their eye, well, they need to back the hell off.
At a
That's what I
wedding?
say.
At a wedding. Where everybody's all crowded together and lovey-dovey and all that bullshit.
No, that's when you
Uh,
throw rice.
you
Actually,
know
they
what?
don't throw rice anymore because that's bad for the birdies. It makes their tummies explode. I don't know, but that's what they say.
What?
Yeah, you're not supposed to throw rice at weddings anymore. So
Oh,
now
okay.
now they
Well,
blow bubbles.
they couldn't just sweep up the fucking rice?
Apparently not.
I mean, wow, we live in a world full of real thinkers, lady. I'm telling you.
Oh,
I
I
don't
tell you
understand.
what, you get all these people that get out there and they start marching and protesting because by God, we need to save the planet and all this other fun shit, and they don't pick up after themselves and they leave crap everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very I'm very familiar with that concept. I've been to a concert or two. I think I know what you mean because that's a good example of mob rule.
Yeah.
A concert crowd.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, shit. Yeah, but then again, that's the part of the equation that seems to attract people the most, and doesn't do it for me. I don't think it ever will. I may never have a bank account again in the rest of my days. Oh, Lord. How will I do it?
I don't know. I don't know, but you know
Well,
what? It would be nice to not have one, but
well, right. Yeah, I understand.
or not have
Well,
to have one, but
well, yeah, see, there you go. It's the have to have one thing that seems to be the key to that particular door. You know?
mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'm an old man and my family's, they're still around. There's still two of them left. So there's only three of us left to squabble over the pickings in the will.
Ah.
That's right. And the
Ah.
yeah. And we all seem to get along, like nobody's. You ever watch a movie and everybody's backstabbing everybody and killing each other so that they can be the one that gets the money?
Uh-huh.
But what something like that doesn't show you in the expression of the film is that if there's nine people and eight of them suddenly die and you're the only one left, chances are you're not collecting much of anything and you're going to live in a really small room and there's going to be a guy named Bubba that wants to punch you in your ribs a lot.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
Yes, it
But
is.
you know what I mean? Have you? I put on Netflix, I don't know, 2 days ago or something, and I kind of like the violent, action films and shit like that. But I also have a moment where I something besides Silence of the Lambs, like what was that? To Kill a Mockingbird's a good movie, and I've seen it a couple of dozen times over the years, but it's a great story. I like the way they tell it, and there's just not any of that sort of idea in a new format that's available to me because my taste has led them to push certain kind of films on me and not show me the stuff that they don't think I'd be watching. So I kind of inadvertently painted myself into a corner with their little programming.
And that's why you just start doing the search thing.
Yeah, well, we're in Denmark, so the search thing, I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for fucking American movies. So
Ah.
it's a little bit more limited. But I mean, I still think that because of my taste, what I was watching pigeonholed me to
Yeah.
what they'll tell me about, what they think is going to attract me.
Yeah.
And there's a time and a place for the nice quiet family movie, I think. I don't always have to be watching Bonnie and Clyde, and the Revenge of the Pharaoh's killing
Yeah.
dog or whatever.
Yeah. Now, see, that's when I kind of, because when Facebook starts, or not Facebook, but Netflix kind of gets me pigeonholed or tries to, then I
Hmm.
I do a search for something like Bridget Jones's Diary or something along, or James and the Giant Peach, something along those lines to throw them a left curve and. and then they
Yeah.
go, "Holy shit, we don't know what the hell to figure out for this person."
Mhm.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to figure out for me. I will figure out on my own.
That doesn't seem to go over very well with the free thinking public that we share.
Yeah, well,
Doing anything your own way or different than what the person on the good side of the coin believes makes you the bad guy.
well, if it comforts them to think that way, they can just stay out of my way, and I will stay
Well,
out of theirs.
that's true. But what it does do is it scares off people that are leaning, they might be leaning towards something, and then the shepherds come in and start threatening, and they go and that brings them back into the fold.
Yeah,
Because look at Rob Works and Dork Cake
yeah.
Z.
They don't have bank accounts. Cool.
Wow. And somebody on there was judging their character because of it.
Oh, not judging their character, just being snide.
Well, okay, but that is the unattractive side of the modern day mind that I don't care for. Is that shit like that? No bank account, bad credit bullshit. Uh, if you want to be a slave to this crap, flaunting it just makes you look kind of stupid to me. But keep flying your flag, bozo. You're gonna get hurt eventually. I really wish you'd think this through someday and just calm down.
See, and I guess I don't take a lot of that stuff seriously. Possibly because there's not very much that I take seriously in my
Oh,
personal life. So,
I'm right. He only does that in the chat rooms and doesn't really go out and. I'm worried he's going to get himself shot the way he talks in the chat room. But I don't know.
people are different cybernetically than they are face to face.
Because in person they're armed occasionally, even in no gun zones.
Could be.
And I don't know. The people I've encountered were kind of nice to me. So I think this internet thing. I don't know how I don't remember it too much. It's like, it's happening. It makes me laugh. I think about it for a minute, but it doesn't influence my belief system. It just makes me feel bad for people that vote and want authority to run other people's lives, but not their life.
But see, they don't really make that connection yet. And you can't, no matter how many times you get in their face and tell them,
Mm-hmm.
that's just totally messed up. No matter how many times you try and explain to someone, if they
Mm-hmm.
aren't ready to understand, they're not going to get it. And all you're going to get back is either someone fighting you or a Bambi in the
Yeah.
headlights look. So
Hey, how
you
did that?
drop the
How,
breadcrumb and then you move along.
how did you're saying you had a friend that passed away recently, like yesterday, and I was
Yeah.
curious how did he feel about these kind of topics? Was he one of you, or was he a statusy guy, or what was he like?
Marty was a lot of fun. Marty really didn't think about a lot of this stuff. It wasn't really high on his hit parade of things to deal with on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a voter, but he wasn't one of those you have to do it this way and everything. He didn't like taxes. There's lots of he was kind of in that middle ground, where he's still kind of living one foot, which, I'm not going to say nothing bad against because I got one foot in the statist world and one foot in my world.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's rather precarious doing that balancing act. But
He was non-judgmental about opinions, is what I'm
pretty
interpreting
much,
you to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, he really wasn't,
'Cause,
to him, so long as
mm,
nobody messed with him,
mm,
or with his kids or his grandkids, he was just going to go about doing his thing.
yeah, I'm
You know,
familiar. Yeah, it's a type of personality, I would say.
yeah,
It's a familiar. Yeah, it's something that I would have. Yeah, somebody I would have known, or I have known somebody like that.
yeah.
It's rare, but so I was kind of curious of why you were so upset. Now I get it. Yeah.
Well, and he's such a sweetheart, and And I love
Yeah.
his wife to pieces. She's absolutely amazing as well. And this is going to be really hard on her and on the family. Which when you lose a loved one, it's always hard on everybody
Hmm.
around them. But yeah, it's just such a shock because he was going to be dismissed from the hospital the day that he died, and nobody we didn't know for sure other than he was supposed to be dismissed from the hospital that day, and then we get a phone call that he passed away, and it's like, what?
Mm.
He was getting out of the hospital. What the hell?
Right.
So,
Yeah. Well, I sometimes I know you like to spend a few minutes on the dork table, on that kind of stuff.
yeah. Well,
So I brought it up so you could get another cry out.
well,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I really didn't feel like crying because I know Marty was, he had health issues,
Different. Yeah. Different. Yeah.
and so he's no longer hurting. That was the
And
first thing that popped into my head when I found that out. It was like he's no longer in pain because man, oh man, he was a hurting unit. I mean, he's having shoulder surgery, and then after that, they were going to do hip replacement, and then, I mean, he's
yeah.
83 years old. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah,
That's a good long time to be around. Not that I'm like, hey, well, fuck him, he's 80 years old, but you know,
yeah,
that's a good long time to if you're gonna go, you had a good one.
yeah,
Or at least a long one.
yeah,
But the way you described the guy, he sounded pretty pleasant.
yeah.
I think
Marty's lots of fun.
yeah, my mom's like that, but she's my mom and we get along in a different way than other people do. So if they don't know I'm her son and they hear me talking to her, whoa, why are you talking to that woman like that for? And she just grins. No, you don't get it. I raised him. What?
See, and people do that with me and my youngest daughter too, because she and we have snark fights, and they're
Hmm?
not fights, but we just get
No.
snarky with each
Yeah,
other and smart assy,
yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
it's fun, you know?
It's but it's something that it's weird when it's a guy and a girl doing it too.
Yeah,
And especially an older woman well, I'm not that young, but I'm obviously younger than my mom.
yeah,
And what brought it up was a caretaker that didn't know me when I was living on the island with my mom came to make her tea one morning, and uh, she came in without us hearing her, and me and her were bantering about something, blah 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 blah. And the girl looks at me, you can't talk to her like that. What? My mom's staring or what? Oh no no, this is my son. And that's okay. There you go.
yeah,
I mean, it's not just you or Cirque I talk to like this. It's everybody.
yeah. But
So
some people just don't get that. That's your sense of humor, and it's not that you're
yeah, they
necessarily
do.
being
Yeah,
disrespectful.
no, but they do if they're in at the beginning or they're introduced properly. Because I have manners to strangers. But if you creep in my house and pop up behind me, you're bound to, get some salt in your eye.
Yeah, there you go.
So knock on the fucking door there, little girl, and you won't be shocked when you hear the American guy talking all wackadoodle to his mommy.
Yeah, see, I saw something on the internet the other day. This property is patrolled by a psycho woman who likes a psycho woman who likes semi-automatic weapons. And I thought, oh, okay. And then I scrolled down so I could see the rest of it, and it says, if you are found here at night, you will be found here in the morning. And oh, I know people like that. I do. I know some people that, yeah, they if you show up on their property in the middle of the night uninvited, and you will be found on their property in the morning, not
Hmm.
mobile.
Well, that's the price you pay when you play.
Yep.
Which is a lot of why I'm against all this property ownership and crap. It really breeds a lot of shit that we could do without.
Well,
But they don't treat us or raise us in a fashion that would work in a nonviolent way. We're raised into violence and we're taught to be defensive and afraid. And if you're not, you're an idiot. And Blah 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 blah
Well, and all of these people that I I'm not gonna I can't look down on people because I know I've been there, but owning property, really, you don't own anything because if you truly owned something, then you would be able
What
to
are the
take it with
taxes
you.
for? And what are the taxes for? Well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
if
you're
you
paying
own the
rent on it, but
yeah yeah.
even things own you, and that's one of the
Mhm.
biggest things that I have learned in the last few years is that things, they aren't my things. These things own me. I take care of them.
Yeah,
I keep them clean.
exactly. That see, that is the reason that me and you, for whatever weird reason, understand each other so well, is that one little pinpoint of a fucked up idea that everybody else disagrees with. I can appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think anything over 1 million is fantasy. I even think up to 1 million is fantasy, but the price is adjusted. They support that crap, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody needs a billion anything. It's ridiculous to me. But those are the shining stars of our society. The crooks and liars that had the gall to fuck anything in their fucking way to mass a fortune so that you can't have some.
Well, and I don't know that they necessarily amassed it so that you can't have some, but
Why do they
they
dodge the taxes then? Why do they? Okay, then why do we as a collective always end up paying the fucking bill through the retail price? And the company that makes the fucking profit at the end of the game gets debt forgiveness on fucking tax bill. We don't get any fucking relief. We just get bigger bills.
well, excuse me. Um okay. Taxes don't go to pay for anything
No, I
except
know
for,
that.
you know, um
Right.
interest on the debt. And
If that, if there's not even enough of that
no, there's not even enough to cover the interest on the debt anymore.
because
It's
the
all
income,
imaginary, but
yeah, but the
we're in a
income numbers
system
have
where you need to
dropped.
come up with something to replace that system before you can get rid of that system because nature abhors a vacuum. So you need to come up with, so instead of just, I see so many people going, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. We need to just dump it. Well, yeah, I agree. We need to dump it, but we need to get our heads together and come up with something to step in and replace it, or start replacing it before it dumps, so that there is no vacuum that nature abhors and all kind of chaos wreaks havoc and everybody goes, it was those dirty anarchists over there that caused this to happen.
Yeah, and the people they're calling anarchists are not anarchists because there is no such thing as group of anarchists.
Yeah.
We do not group together. We don't even like people. Stay the fuck away. Good Lord, what a bunch of dumbasses. The
Yeah.
whole point of anarchy is to be free of these fucking know-it-alls in society that want to fix everything. They're the ones that fuck it up.
Yeah, the ones that I know what's best for you. No, you don't. No, you don't. Especially when you live 2,000 miles away. Excuse me, but I don't think you know that my toilet's backed up and you know who to call to fix it. So back the fuck off. Yeah, that's kind of, not that my toilet is backed up, but please,
If it
universe, no,
was,
I don't want my
yeah.
toilet to back up. I shouldn't have put that out there in the universe, but yeah.
Oh, well. Okay,
I'm not
true.
fond of vacuuming either, Grimmy. It's a totally suck job, but it's got to be done. So,
Yes, she said suck.
yeah.
Anyway,
I have pets. They have fur. It falls
I
off. I have to
know.
vacuum.
You know,
So,
Hannah has the worst habit of barking at fucking dogs that excite her or people.
I know
She
people that
had
do that.
yeah, right. but I got a dog that she because of where the couch is can get up into the windowsill and she's small enough to sit in it
Uh huh.
comfortably. Fucking dog, but I've watched her. She doesn't do it with every dog and every person. It's certain. It's like she's picked her crew out of the neighborhood that she admires, and when they come by, she puts on this big barking show. So now I had to go do some research and figure out what to do to stop her from doing it. Because I'm not going to smack her. She's a dog, beat a dog, and it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
To her, I'm a big monster, and I'm a little guy. But to her, good God,
Yeah.
that monster could squash me. I better bite him. And I don't want to do that with her. So I'm going to do a little reading. But it's the dynamics of it have fascinated me to this point.
Well, she's in that windowsill and she's going, "Hey, hey,
Mm,
hey, here I am. Look at me, look at me. Hey, hey, hey,
mm.
hey."
Yeah, and then the woman across the street has a dog that they come over and the two play in the backyard sometimes. And some days the girl will walk by the house with the dog and Hannah won't notice. And other days she does. And I can't figure out what the catalyst is that gets her attention to go do that barking thing. So
Well,
I'm going to
critters
pursue
critters
my
have
answer.
mood swings as well. I mean, there are times when my critters are just very laid back, and then there's times when they're like total rerees and running
Yeah.
around like, what the hell?
Uh, okay, well, she's 2.5 now, give or take a few months, right?
Uh
So
huh.
she was born, I think, October of, yeah, she's two, October. Well, anyway, 2.5. So I figured maybe when she's about 3, she'll start maturing a little bit more into that majestic little pooch that's gonna, protect us from the evil.
If it
Who's right and
comforts
what?
you to think that way.
What, me?
Yeah, I have yet to have a dog around my house that, until they get really, really, really like in the
Old?
teens, middle teens,
Oh,
you know, they're still puppy.
5. Huh? Yeah, well, then it's probably gonna be 5 with Hannah then. And then Cirque doesn't help it any because she's so, young-minded.
Well, 'cause
Because the
she's
dog
young.
feeds, yeah, the dog feeds off her energy, something fierce. When Cirque's home, the dog acts one way, and when I'm home with the dog alone, the dog acts another way completely.
Well, it's no different than kids. When I was home with my kids, they would behave a certain way, but once dad walked in the door, they were like Katie bar the door, a completely different person.
Yeah. I forgot about that for a minute for some reason there, Miss Mary. Thanks for reminding me. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Oh, Chloe and her dogs rule. I don't know. Dogs rule or not. They're fun to have. I wouldn't depend on one for to take care of me, but hey, whatever.
Well, and maybe dogs do rule, but don't tell the cats cuz cats will get pissed
Oh boy.
cuz they
And
think they do.
and here we are, a bunch of yappers fucking taking care of these four-legged critters because they make us giggle.
Yeah. See, they have figured out the system, them four-legged critters. They know,
Yeah.
oh, look, if I act cute or funny or if I do this, that human will do things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's
Well,
training who?
but the one thing I do agree with Chloe on is their fucking loyalty is it's there's nothing on the planet like a dog as far as loyalty goes.
Yes.
People will turn on you, but even Adolf Hitler had dogs
Yeah.
because dogs don't care. They don't care if you're a serial killer. They probably could care less as long as don't do shit to them. Hey, master, can
Yeah.
I lick that blood off your arm for you?
I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, look, you've
Yeah,
been gone forever. And it was
yeah.
only 5 minutes.
Yeah, like Moose. Moose. I got Moose to tell me her dog's name, and they call him Marty. Smarty Marty, 'cause he's a smart little dog.
And now
And
you just told everybody in Dorkville.
oh, that's all right. I don't think it was a big secret. It was just that she'd always mentioned her dog was this and her dog was. And I got curious. Well, does your dog have a name? And people don't think about that. It's like I always talked about Hannah since she was. I brought her home because I thought the name was hysterical.
Okay, and
And
because
I'm
she's Hannibal Lecter, right?
Hannah, yeah, but Hannah Bull,
Uh-huh.
2 words. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and but I'm the only. Still, nobody calls her Hannibal, but me. It's weird, and the dog knows. She looks me right in the eye when I call Hannibal, and I'm standing close to her. She'll look up at right at me, and she won't come to me or anything because I called her, but she knows it's her, and she knows it's me that said it. I had the same thing with my daughter. I gave my daughter, oh man, I gave my daughter this horrible nickname. I called her Bumpy. And people would ask me, why, Bumpy? Her name was Erica.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, and every girl I'd ever known my whole life, this is when I got to name her this, they always ended up hating their name. And some girls had great names. Like, I don't like being called that. Okay, so call me Star Fluff or whatever. And so what I did was I thought if I call this kid this horrible name went through her younger days, when she grows up, her name's Erica, and she'll be all, "Hey, I like my name. My name is Erica." Woo woo, and it worked.
So why did you name her Erica in the first place?
The loss required a name. It wasn't my idea.
Oh.
I was I was being held hostage by the state against my will, and at the time it was easier to comply with that kind of shit than it was to fight it, and especially because of her mother, So
Well,
sometimes you have to take one for the team.
lately I have been thinking about that. And with my critters, I usually don't name them anything until, you know, how they act pretty much lets me know what their name is. I name them by their behavior.
Yeah. Wow.
And
Okay. Mm.
I think you should do that with people as well.
Name them by their behavior.
Yeah.
Mm.
By
Okay.
so why should you name a baby when they're just born? Because
Oh.
you don't
Okay.
know
Yeah.
what kind of
Yeah.
person they're going to be or what name is really going to fit them. So do they grow into their
Right.
name, or do you name them because that's the aura or the presence you get from them?
No, it's a result of the control that we are born and bred into now.
See, and I don't even figure the state into the equation. I just always think that's weird. Or anymore, I do. I think it's weird that why do we name babies so early when we don't even really know them? I know people that have
Probably it has something
names picked
social.
out while they're, 4 months pregnant,
Yeah.
right after they found out the gender of their child. They've already got a name and start calling them this name while they're still in the womb. And it's like, how do you know? You haven't met this child yet. How do you know they don't look like a Franklin?
It's probably got something to do with the birth certificate. Because there's a birth record and then there's the birth certificate, and everybody has both. But getting your birth record is very difficult. They make it it's a long process. Let's just put that. I have not followed through on it myself. I've only gone as far as to get a copy of the certificate that proves I'm a slave to the man, baby.
Now, see, Moosey said that they named him Marty because he was found at a Walmart dumpster,
Oh,
which
yeah.
that makes
Oh,
sense. That
yeah.
makes
But
sense.
Smarty Mart.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, still,
And I
it's
named my little female Snuffles because she's.
no.
You remember the little mouse from the Tom and Jerry cartoons,
Yes,
the
I
one in the
do.
diapers? Yes.
The old 50s. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Snuffle.
Snuffles was always snuffling around and getting
Yep.
into things, and she was always, I mean, the first 3 weeks I had her, she was sniffing everything. So I named her Snuffles. And
Well, there you go.
Rascal, the reason she's named Rascal is because she is a rascal. Um, so I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but
We're being we're being dorky today, talking about our stupid animals.
yeah, but
You know
with
what I mean?
when
'Cause
I
the-
equate with my pets, or actually that they own me, but still, what I equate with them is like, so our grandkids or our kids or any of that other fun stuff. Now, my grandchildren, they all have nicknames, every one of them.
Mm, Yeah.
And
Oh boy.
they know the nicknames, and actually
Yeah.
when I send them birthday cards and that kind of stuff, I address it to their nickname
Ah. See,
because
clever word games.
that's how I refer to them. So, they
Mm.
aren't this given name that's on a birth certificate or whatever. They are this nickname that they have earned by their interactions with me. So,
Yeah, I don't. That's why I use all these alii on the RL and M. I don't like to go by my slave name anymore.
yeah.
No, I haven't for years and years, but no, the internet anonymity gave me the chance to be invisible to the naked eye, so to speak. Because Flash somebody's just a fig Newton of my warped imagination. I made him up. Doesn't It's not real. Or Windows 10 or Burnt Waffles or whoever the fuck stupid name I come up with is just a way to avoid my real name, which is just it's tied to slavery and freaking state. Mistakes I made in my 20s, crap like that.
Well, and it was a given name. It was a name that was given to you. It wasn't one that you chose. It wasn't one that you grew into or whatever. Like
Earned,
mine,
right?
I'm
Yeah.
Grammy. And to a lot of people, I am Grammy. That's just how they refer to me, and not just my grandkids or other people's kids or grandkids. A lot of people call me Grammy because I have grown into that name and I like that name. And then I know people that refuse to call me Grammy because you're not a Grammy. Bullshit, I am too a Grammy. So it's
Wow.
like, I'm going to
Yeah.
call you by your given name. Well, if it comforts you to think that way, just don't be surprised if I don't answer your sorry ass.
Oh, I want to take this moment to hype a couple of UCY radio shows because I find them quite informative.
Okay.
You mind if I do that? And
No, go right ahead.
the first one would be Before the First Cup with Jules on UCY. And lately, what got me interested in her program is she does a lot of AI information. And then we got another guy, Ron Stevens. He's got a thing called Rock the Boat. He's Canadian. And he's a stuttery, slow-witted. He's like me, stuttery, slow-witted, blah blah. But he knows what he's talking about, and sometimes just has a difficult time of expressing it in words. But if you hang in there, you'll find yourself agreeing with him, I think. And that was something that caught my attention. I wanted to
Huh.
mention it because, well, they're like us. They got small audience, 25, 95, 16, 80, 20. It goes up and down, back and forth. Because I still don't think the public is desperate enough for us yet.
Well, we are most definitely the not ready for prime time.
Right. Okay, but remember back in the summer, I was saying that I believe this design that we're using, the small group of people that are familiar with each other and know they can trust the guy or girl talking or chatting or typing, is the way to go. And then you have connections. Oh, I know the people in this group and I know some people in that group. But your core is it's like a family thing. It's not that close, but that idea where I know if you or Grim said or B or uh, Moose Girl said something, I know I can repeat it.
Yeah.
But there's some people that if they said it, I'd have to check two or three times to be sure I could. I don't trust them enough for that yet.
Kind of sort of like a DNA strand. You got your base where everything kind of works its way out of, and then everything else grows up from that base.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but I've found see
There you
now
go.
I'm doing it. But I found exploring YouTube looking for other talk shows that were interesting because I'm real fussy. And I listen to a show, don't like it. Okay, that's not my that's not my cup of tea. But would check the numbers, and these people have small audiences that stick with them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's yeah, that's what the internet's done for us as far as a collective of non-collective people.
Well, and that's the cool thing is, you get a small audience and you think, oh, I've just got a small audience. I only have like 20 people that listen, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But what you don't realize is those 20 people each talk to other people, and they may not directly quote you,
Mhm.
but something that they heard you say or whatever, they will share with another person, and that might resonate with that other person. So then they share it with other people. And next thing you know, you got this big old web around you of people that have actually heard something that you said. They may not have heard
Right,
it
right.
directly.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who said it. It matters what was said.
Yeah.
That was what I was making fun of earlier, because the reality of it now is it doesn't matter what you say. It matters about your source of your information. Well, what if the source of my fucking information is what I think about what I see, not what I'm told about what I see? Well, at that point you become an idiot because, well, you don't want to comply.
How dare you think? You're not
There
supposed to
you go.
think.
Right. And even if you're wrong about your thinking, as long as it's just thinking, whoop-de-doo. I'm not trying to convert anybody over to my way of living. I'm just talking about the truth about slavery is not what the normal guy thinks it is. Like Rob Works knows, Grimnir knows, Hans not so much.
Maybe Hans knows, and that's part of
Nah,
it.
he's either getting paid. I can't figure this guy out. Why he'd want to do all this. Nah, he's either getting paid to irritate people, which is not likely, or he's just crazy and believes the stupid shit he says.
Or maybe he just enjoys being the devil's advocate. And I always wonder, why does the devil need an advocate?
Oh, like the God thing?
Yeah.
Uh, Cirque like that. I told her that a couple months back. I said, if there is a God, my God don't need me to protect him from you. I mean, well, that would be stupid. He's God,
Yeah.
or she, or it, or whatever it is that I believe in. I must believe in something because I'll occasionally bring it up, and I haven't got to the point in life where I've got a definitive yes, I know this, but I believe a lot of shit that I believe, think a lot of shit, but know stuff, nah. So everything's subject to change. Like, oh, an inoculation is good until you read the freaking ingredients that go in the packaging of it. Then all of a sudden, hey, what was good 5 minutes ago all of a sudden sucks. And you've got to have that kind of ability to look at the facts and go, well, I got fucked. All right, let's not do that. And it's hard to let go. It's very hard. I mean, from watching other people, they don't seem to like to do that.
No. No, not really.
Or
That's
judgment calls. Somebody was giving grim shit about a fucking job or money or something the other day, and I've paid enough attention to him and what he's mentioned to us to know he walked away from something because the conditions of the job didn't please him. So he took the cut in money and walked away from it. Well, this other guy didn't know all that apparently, but was shooting his mouth off. And I'm just sitting there reading the stuff going, wow. What you think based on what you read is so misleading. And then again, what you think based on what you heard and saw, that too is misleading.
yeah.
Like you say, it depends on your indoctrination.
Mhm.
My indoctrination is pretty deep rooted.
I think well, and that's part of it being indoctrination. They start so very early.
Right, but
And
my indoctrination was to not follow the freaking crowd. I was raised, hey, don't do that. When I
yeah.
was a teenager, the big thing, gangs were huge in California. But in the early 70s, they were just getting started amongst the people. It was an underground thing. And then all of a sudden, in like 72, 73, kids my age were wearing gang members' fucking coats. And some of them were my friends. My dad pulled me over and he said, "You don't want to do that stuff." And I'll tell you why. And then he told me why. I went, "Holy shit. Okay." So I associated with them, but I was never a part of their gang.
Yeah.
Right. The same as I see society. I'm watching your society, but I'm not a part of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's one of those fine lines again.
Mm. How so?
Um, because how can you actually observe something and yet not in some way be part of it?
Um, how? That's a good way. Okay, that's a good question. To me, um, I don't communicate with everybody. See, I'm on a different language schedule. Okay, I went down to go get some. I forget what they're called. Cirque wrote it down for me in Danish so I could go to the store and order some. And the girl that served me today, two or three words of English was like really stretching it, but we worked through it and we
Mm-hmm.
got the seeds that I wanted to get. And uh, I'm not a part of their group because I don't speak their language. That's how I. Hmm.
And yet you're able to interact with it, even
Because
if
they
it's on
allow
a
me to.
most basic level. So you've
Right.
got to
Right.
be. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's just one of those things that I've been thinking of lately. Is how can you observe something if you aren't close enough or part of it to be able to observe it?
I feel like a spectator. It's the way I feel about it. I don't know how they feel about it. I didn't go home with her. I just, bought some seeds at the store and left.
Yeah.
So, that's like what, 5 minutes out of her whole work week. That was like 32 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't impress her in any fucking way at all.
No, and
Any more
yet,
than
isn't
to
it funny how
recognize.
sometimes just one little thing can really make a massive impression on you?
Give me an example.
Well, circles. First time you met,
Yeah,
first,
yeah, but that's not. That's
but it is
we
the same.
spoke.
It
Not,
is.
I don't to not to me. It is to you, but it's see, you're looking at from the female perspective you have, and I'm looking at it from the male perspective I got, and we're coming up with two different things at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm. I appreciate that you recognize the gender split.
Well, yeah, because I really do honestly believe that males and females are wired differently. And I think the external
Yeah,
package is
yeah.
just a reflection of the different wiring that goes on inside.
Hmm. Mm. Okay. I don't know.
So,
Different people do, different programs. Some women wear makeup, some don't. Some have long hair, some have short hair. Some spend a lot of money on clothes and shoes. Some don't have any money to spend on clothes, so they do the best they can.
but those are all societal things, I think.
Mm. That's what we were talking about. Okay.
No, I'm
I
talking about,
must
actual,
I must need another shot.
you know, males. I mean, you guys
Mm.
just are seriously wired different from females. And that was a
Mhm.
really, I mean, I knew boys were different growing up and all that other fun shit, but it didn't really click until I got married. And I'm not talking on the sexual front here. I'm talking how we interact with each other. I just could not,
Oh yeah.
I couldn't,
Yeah.
for the longest time, I just could not grasp that why are you seeing it like that? Until it finally hit me that it's like, okay, he's seeing it from the male perspective.
Yep.
They focus on different things than what females focus on predominantly. Not
Mm.
necessarily all the time, but predominantly that's the way it works. And
Yeah.
and I think the physical the vehicle that we use to motivate around this physical reality, whatever it is an outward expression of the different wiring. Is that kind of deep or too deep or not
For
make any
me,
sense?
made sense to me, but then see, I've got the advantage of all the years of interaction with you to know you've changed over the years.
Yeah. And I have a
You were
lot.
yeah, well, yeah, you've been through quite a bit on this internet shit, you know. And plus, you're talkative, and you got that radio podcast to express yourself with. And you change. One week you're a hysterical lunatic, and the next week you're calm as the captain of the Titanic. Oh, it's a joke.
I know. I
No,
know.
other
It's
time,
like,
but
ah.
no, you're sometimes you're crazy, and other times it just whatever you are, and you never hide it or lie about it. It's really a fresh way to see somebody else in a social setting.
Well,
Because
yeah.
it's not like I've never talked to a woman that didn't have a clutch. That no, that's not new. But in person, you're more than likely to hold back a few things than on the internet. That's how I mean. In person changes the world just a little bit
Yeah.
compared to the electronic world.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, but to you, very little. I,
Yeah.
I don't I don't see you any different outside of the screen I'm looking at you on. I think if you're in the room, you'd be the same.
Pretty
But
much.
but that's just you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I met Circle, I thought, oh man, I'm getting scammed here. Nobody's like this. Oh fuck, I went through all that mental shit, and when I met her, I found, oh, you were telling the truth. Who would have believed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that was yeah. Well, I came from the States where everybody had their hand out or they were scamming something, and it pretty much was everybody.
I think here in the States, that's when, and I just had this Acme light bulb moment. I wonder if a lot of us, and I'm going to include myself because, yeah, I know I did that. You have your public face and your private face, or you're around the general society and then around friends, however you wish to look at that. But
Hmm.
that was the prior to internet. You can look at it like internet personalities as well. You've got people that are a certain way on the internet, and then when you're talking with them up close and personal, face to face, they're different.
Hmm.
And I wonder if maybe people in the US are so used to having to be the public face and the private face. And I don't know if it's the same in other countries because I have very little experience with. I've been to the UK for a week and a half.
Hmm.
I've
Yeah.
interacted with other people that are from different countries face to face.
Hmm.
But I wonder if maybe it's like almost like a survival mechanism here in the US.
Yeah,
There
because of
there
all the fear mongering, the daily attacks, and the terrorism, and all the horse shit,
Yeah, and you
day after
don't
fucking
dare
day.
speak out of turn in a social setting, and yet when you're amongst
Yeah.
friends or people that you trust, you
Hmm.
can just kind of let your hair down and just speak your mind.
Right, but what builds up all that angst in the background is the constant daily bombardment of the media and
Yes,
advertising.
yes.
And if you can avoid it, you're lucky. Good luck. I don't know how to avoid it.
See, and yeah, and for a
I can
lot of
avoid it
years
on the
there,
internet.
I was that two person kind of thing. But then I finally said, you know what, I can't do this shit. I got tired of living a lie, is what my thing was.
Ah,
Because I was
yeah.
always me, but
Yeah.
to the public face, I had to
Mhm.
be this mom and this wife and this and this that, and I
Yeah.
had all these hats and I was supposed to juggle them. And then I got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm tired of juggling. I'm just going to throw
Yeah.
all them damn hats on at the same time, and I'm going to be all those people at the same time. And if you don't like it, well, I guess I'll just deal with that when I deal with it. Other than that, I'll
Well,
just move along.
you know how I'm always calling things illusions,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's another illusion I think is an illusion is what I think of you or what you think of me is not important.
No.
Voicing it, bullshit, more bullshit.
Yeah.
All that crap does is it stirs up the differences so that we can find a reason to argue and
Yeah.
not progress into the future as one, but stay in the past as a bunch of chopped up little pieces that never acquire, can never accomplish anything or acquire anything worth keeping. And we've been conned into thinking little bits of paper with zeros on it is what you want, and I'm not convinced.
No, no. I don't.
No.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they're helpful. Those little pieces of
Hmm.
paper with zeros on them. They
Yeah,
are
yeah,
helpful to get around in
yeah.
society, but there's other things I like to acquire now, like peace of mind and
Mm-hmm.
alone time and you know getting stuff done around me that I enjoy doing. That those are the things I want to acquire. I don't care about acquiring a lots of pieces of paper.
Well, something I gave thought to was I like to walk through town and whatnot, and you pass all these people, and you don't know who these people are. So, is it right for me to pass a judgment on a person I've never seen before by the clothes they wear? Or should I judge them by the amount of room they take up in your way as you walk where you're going? I mean, you know, it, it's not a fair playing field out there anymore, where just the next guy's just the next guy. We've been had bred into this bullshit that gives you false information about people you don't even know.
Yeah. You're judging people based on external as
Uh-huh.
opposed
Yeah.
to internal.
Uh, uh. Oh, I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. I was walking through town and this woman had a really bad case of some skin problem on her face, and it was half the side of her face. And she caught my eye, I caught her eye when we were passing whatever, and I smiled at her
Mhm.
because, okay. And she smiled back instead of feeling I was being rude. She knew I was just caught her eye. I wasn't doing anything. And but where I'm from, to look at somebody that's been disfigured or crippled is like hurting them.
Yeah,
Our
you're staring. Well, it's like
our
that thing I did last night on the radio. The
What's that?
the Asian gal that was all butthurt and reported to the bias police because someone had apparently made eye contact with her, and
Yeah.
apparently she did it in a manner that made her feel uncomfortable and felt like she was being. And it's like, no, someone glancing up at you, and that happens a lot. People, you look at someone and they just happen to look at you as well. And
Yeah. Oh
especially if,
yeah.
if that person is involved in a phone conversation or whatever, their facial expressions are not necessarily intended towards you. It's a reaction to their phone conversation. But oh man, she internalized that shit, and it was biased because she was an Asian American, and it's like, really, seriously, you are very self-important there, darling. And I gotta say this,
No.
Grimmy wants paper that has nines on them. He wants to fuck them zeros. Yeah, 'cause zeros are just a bunch of nothings on the back. I would much rather have nines.
Wow. Oh well. I'd much rather not be bothered with any of that horse shit. Unfortunately, there's no way around it.
Yeah. Well,
I
nine is a German way of saying no. So I'll go with eight because I like getting eight. Oh,
Hey! Oh, poor Hans. Hans, you just can't score with the girls no matter what you do. They're
no, he
not going
can't.
for the Nazi thing, man. Try something different. Buy somebody a donut and a cup of coffee and see what happens.
Yeah, go to Daylight Donuts
Oh,
instead of Starbucks. That'll impress her.
a guy once told me, he says, it really it's upsetting to me that people take kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
And he didn't elaborate on it. He just said that, okay. And I grew up and I went, wow, that's what that fucking meant.
Yeah, isn't it amazing when you finally figure that one out? It's like, holy crap.
Yeah. Do I do that too, though? I don't know.
I don't anymore. I don't
But
think I
I don't,
ever did, but I know I don't. I consciously
right.
know I
See,
don't anymore.
and then you still got that. I don't think I did when to other people you did, but they're not you, but they're judging what they think of you.
Yeah.
So, fucking people's opinions. Give me a break. Grow up, everybody. Get off. Get off what they're doing in North Korea and what they're doing in your backyard, and pay attention to that shit for a while. You
Oh
know.
Lord, yes. Yesterday when that first showed up over on Fakey Book, someone had sent me a
What?
thing that North Korea was testing ballistic missiles and they're all going absolutely ape shit over this stuff, and I said, "Okay, they're testing them. Number
Yeah.
1, did you check your source?" And a lot of the sources they were
Yeah.
giving were
Yeah.
some of those, the ones that have like 20 bazillion
Reuters.
headlines. And no, it wasn't
Reuters.
Reuters. It was, like The Sun and places like that where you're going, okay, I've been to that site and I know what kind of shit they put on there. And so, yeah, give me another source, okay? But, they're all having these pissy fits over Korea was testing a ballistic missile and Trumples has been briefed. And I'm thinking, oh, boxers are briefs now, we know. But, that I just, at one point I said, okay, so were they testing? Were they actually firing? And did it actually make it off the launch pad?
Hmm.
And all kinds of people jumped all over my ass on that one. And I'm like, seriously, peeps, have you paid any freaking attention to this? How many times have they had tests that they have failed? Because
Mm.
obviously they did not study for it. So,
Ain't she funny?
well,
Yeah.
I can't believe all these people get all up in arms and they get this one thing. Breaking news, North Korea tests ballistic missile. Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen the
Yeah.
size of North Korea? Have you seen the size of China? Have you seen the size of Russia? Have you seen the
Yeah.
size of the United States?
Yeah.
Now that you've seen the geographical sizes,
Yeah.
have you seen the size of this military and that military and that and you're worried about this little podunk crazy bugger over here that is testing a
Yeah.
missile that has a hell of a time just getting off the damn launch pad. They're going to blow themselves up. It's like
Okay, but
it's
he's
like the instructor in the suicide jihadist camp. No, I'm only going to show you this once.
yeah, but they've got neighbors that are enemies. So why would they make attacking America such an important thing to do? It doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know that they're necessarily saying they're going to attack America.
Well, it
I
doesn't
don't
matter if they're
speak
saying it
Korean.
or not. The press is saying it. The
Yeah.
press is insinuating it, and
Yes.
the meat suits out there that want fucking war because they like war. Fuck those guys. 50,000 guys. Go send 50,000 guys. Oh, kill them all. What that is, a lot of people talk that shit. Okay.
Oh, yes. A lot of people do. And to me, I just keep seeing it like, ooh, that ant over there, it moved that little pebble. And by God, I'm going to come at it with all my might. To stop it, I'm going to smite it because that ant over there moved a pebble that
Mm.
I didn't want moved.
Well,
That's
Grim's
about the way
making
it
a
works in my
comment here.
mind.
Yeah, Grim's making a comment here. I'm going to answer with, I think I'm taller, but I'm not quite as white as he is.
I don't want to see the size of Kim Jong's Un.
There's a dream, ladies. Wow. Oh.
I've heard those
Anyway, but
surveys about Korean people.
but history, according to the scholars, has proven time and time again that whatever the fuck America gets into on a military scale is always based on lies and bullshit and manipulation, and none of it's ever true at the end. So why would they change that narrative now? Come on, grow up.
Well, if it's worked so far.
Yeah, but most of the people that worked on are dead or at work now. But hey, anyway,
And yet
never
they've
mind.
they've continued that process because those people had children who they taught them, those
Oh
bad people
yeah.
over there, we had to go and bomb the piss out of them because those bad people over there were doing things to their own people, and so we had to step in and bomb the piss out of them. Oh, we don't
Yeah.
have any proof that they did bad things to their own people, but somebody told us that they did bad things to their own people, so we're going to go and bomb the piss out of them because, well, we have lots of toys and we need to replenish our stockpile.
Well,
So,
that story made me want to go get my cat inoculated for for his safety. Now I am truly feared. I'm a victim of fear mongering. Yeah, no, I mean, well, think about how stupid the fucking whole thing is from this perspective, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the house across the fucking street I live on, and I can look out the window and see the fucking house, and I still don't know what's going on inside from where I'm standing. So, what the fuck do I care what's going on in North goddamn Korea? Period. In the first place.
Oh,
There's nothing. I don't care if he threatens to run into the White House naked and stick his dick in Trump's butt. I'm not going to get excited until he does it. Telling me he's going to do it, so what? So what?
and don't show
Threaten-
me any pictures of it because number one, I don't want that mental image, and number two,
Oh,
the
yeah,
first thing I'm going to think is Photoshop.
Mm. Yeah, but the one you see is going to really be the two of them, swapping the spit.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh.
Come on. I think all these big world leaders, I think they're all fucking buddies. And they do, except that Dwarty guy. That Dwarty guy's out of his fucking mind. Up, 3 minutes to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I read a thing the other day. Dwarty's kicking the Rothschilds out of Dwarty land. What country? Philippines.
Ah, darn it all.
Thought, what? Yeah, this is the guy that's killing drug dealers and drug addicts and taking control.
Well,
He's a man.
in other
ambition.
words, he's a guy that now that he is in control, he's going to kill people because he's always wanted to do that, and now that he has the power. Yeah.
Right. And
Oh, well.
that's appealing. That mentality is appealing to a lot of people, dear.
It's scary to me.
Maybe not me and you. Well, I'm not afraid of it.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
afraid of it, but it's one of those words like, yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's not popular to laugh at the retarded.
And yet I still do it.
If you laugh at me, my friend Rocky here's going to fly up into the sky and drop a bomb on you.
And on that note, y'all have been listening to the Dork Table here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. I have no idea what the hell we talked about tonight or today.
I don't know. It's just something, it's you're fun to dork around with, Mary, and I enjoy it.
It is fun. It is fun.
And a special thank you to our 12 hardcore listeners out there in RLM land.
Yes. Now go forth and propagate. Or whatever.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, well.
Go fuck yourself right there. Right from Mary. Wow. Damn. That is what that meant, isn't it? What a way to end the show.
I know.
We might not get asked to do this again.
Ooh, it could be scary. Oh, well.
We'll be like the Smothers Brothers.
Oh,